Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Rama. Ram Ram. Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Are you all okay? You know what is the meaning of okay? It was in World War II. I think World War I or World War II. That when the army has to find out who is there on the opposite side, they used to ask a question because they are only going to ask, are you okay? 0 people killed. Why am I asking that question? Is because we have not met after the Rath Yatra. And with the kind of craziness that went on here, last week we were all injured, physically, mentally, so we didn't have, and previous week we were doing the Rath Yatra, right? So I hope everybody is there. You are all okay?
Ready for next year?
Oh, next year? Yeah. So already next year word is, earlier we used to be scared of Pandav Nirjala Ekadashi. Now we are also scared of Rath Yatra. God only knows how it's going to. But amazing provision, Mataji. It's unexplainable. We are going to have a little.
You didn't meet yesterday?
We didn't meet.
You said yesterday was felicitation.
No, for individual groups. So this is like the whole group coming at one place. Yeah. Yeah. So, all I could say is, right, when there is a lot of heat, when there is so much thirst, when there is so much need, suddenly Krishna sends clouds. Right? So clouds come there and they shower the rain. And when clouds come and shower the rain, what happens? What is the of clouds coming? Yeah? We feel very satisfied, right? We feel the life has come back into the earth. Is that problem? Yeah? Rainy season is going to come now. Now the rainy season is going to start. So Srila Prabhupada is going to send his clouds. And the first 2 clouds who have come in this rainy season are Dwarkadish Prabhu and Vishaka Priya. So our dried up spiritual lives are going to be, harnessed again by Prabhuji and Mataji coming. These kind of clouds are needed in our Krishna consciousness. They are indeed clouds because they don't stay at one place. They are all the time traveling now around the world, in spite of all responsibilities that they have. Prabhuji being a doctor himself and Mataji also serving so many Vaishnavi related initiatives. Still they are taking, and I feel so nice when Mataji actually reminds us that we are coming this year now. Like, yes, Mataji, you are needed here. And then she actually gives the dates, so which means that when senior Vaishnavas are willing to give dates, that means they really feel that we need them, and we also know that we need them. Coming here, maybe this is the 4th time. In this center, this is the 3rd time. And I always say this, when we designed this hall, in a very short time, 40 days, everything was built, but the prominent thought was about the Vyasasan. And every time we discussed about the design of Vyasasan, we felt it should be made for Prabhuji and Mataji. Both Prabhuji and Mataji. So every time we see them here, the Vyasasan design is perfect. But they have to tell how they are feeling there. So let us welcome His Grace Dwarkadish Prabhu and Vishaka Priya Mataji with 3 heartfelt, loud, enthusiastic, thunderbolt Haribols. This mic is better than that. Replace it. I'll take this one. Yeah, it's not much. Atish.
Hare Krishna. So, Prabhuji has made us into clouds. Okay? Whatever he makes us into, we are happy to be there. The beauty of all of you is that all of you are like that Chataka bird. The Chataka bird will not look down in any reservoir of water, however big or beautiful it looks. You will only look towards and the cloud is the beautiful Ghanasham. Right? Krishna is called as Meghalashama. Krishna. Right? So you are, you may be clouds, whatever, doesn't matter. But you are definitely Chakra birds, right? Looking only for contaminated lakes and the pure water coming from the clouds of. For this example, and simply, actually we were very eager to come here, honestly. What you said is true. Just to meet you people and to feel the exuberance of devotion emanating from your Jagannath filled bodies. Right? Some of you were pulling the rats, some was pulling the cart, some was lifting Jagannath, some was giving prasadam, some was managing, coordinating this, that, and this small group doesn't look like a big, the whole jamaat of people. It is just a handful of people here. And you all have done a world record, which is in the spiritual Guinness Book of World Record. Bhakti for Gachibowli and some few things here and there, miscellaneous Rath Yatras, all put together equal to 60 Rath Yatras in Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, Dwarkadish temple. One of my places, I couldn't go, I'm sorry, I missed that place, but I like to go there and chant, right? Because of this embodiment of Prabhupada's grace and mercy and love. When he comes, he leaves behind his grace there. I want to get of figure. But there are pictures outside the room, or maybe inside the room also, showing Prabhupada with his Dandadhari sannyasis in Hyderabad, right? Brahmananda Prabhu, Gardamuni Prabhu, Mahamsa Maharaj, right? All these powerful Maharathis, they all descended at the same time with his divine grace to assist him in his preaching in Hyderabad. It is, I'm feeling very sure in my heart, Prabhupada had very big expectations from Hyderabad. And the fact that on Janmashtami, there are a few temples which Prabhupada has installed deities himself. One is Albert Road Temple, Kolkata, right? Sri Radha Guru is there. Right? Is in, of course, Sri Vrindavan.
Is the voice clear?
And थोड़ा low है?
It's audible.
It's okay. Yeah. And of course, among that list of places which Prabhupada has installed, we cannot forget on Janmashtami day, on the 1976, holy day of Janmashtami, not only Krishna was born, but your spiritual lives were also born in one sense. For all the Hyderabadis, the Prabhupada's first installation of Sri Sri Radha Madan Navami Temple. People. And we reminded that next year will be something unique. I'm sure Prabhuji will be, exploding. I know there is a better word than that, but exploding enthusiasm because in the 50th year of Madan Mohan's installation. It cannot be ordinary. Many places now, the deities are established. 50 years are taking place. London, Baltimore, and many places now, the deities have become 50 years. I should not say old. They're not old. This never becomes old, but still better. And and therefore that's very, very, very wonderful in all these places around the world. So, Vishaka and myself, we simply bow down our heads together at all your lotus feet for your brilliant example of extending Prabhupada's compassion. Right? And he was the most compassionate person the world has ever seen. But you are extending the compassion of this great Mahatma Mahapurush, right? To bring it to Lord Jagannath to so many conditions. Degraded place of Hyderabad. Right? This is most wonderful. So I thank you all very much. We'll want to talk to all of you people. I'm going to say something, obviously, because we have come here all the way from Meera Road. We will say something. But you people are already on, so high, as you say, You are already so high. So I don't know whether I can make it go higher than that. We are already high in Jagannath's spirit. Right? But anyway, thank you very much. Right? Jagannath Swami ki Jai. Om Namo.
Yeah.
Okay, you will say.
The topic which we had decided for today's talk was essentials of survival. Okay. But now that we are going through the topics in the mind, it is just, I think, we are going to speak what you all are doing. We will just give words to what you are doing, and that will be the crux of the seminar.
We will philosophize your activities. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Vishram Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Ramayam Dadati Swapnamritam Vandeham Shri Guru Sritapajalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Saranamritam Tam Sajivam Sarvayam Krishnadevam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Saranamrita Shri Vishaka He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopya Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gauraki Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhupada Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Govinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Prabhupada wrote an essay in the beginning of his stay in America. The name of the essay was Who is Crazy? Right? So everything in the world is crazy. The only difference is whom or for what you are crazy about. Right? The non-devotee brothers and sisters of this world, they are crazy for acquiring the things of this world. Right? In the vain, futile hope, and it's It can only be a big illusion because of the false promise of. And you devotees also are also crazy. What are you crazy for? Is for what? There is a very nice story for this about craziness.
Actually, our spiritual master Radhanand Swami, when he came to India in the 70s, he was staying on the bank of Yamuna. So there he happened to meet this one Mauni Baba. You know Mauni Baba? They don't speak, but they do communicate. How? By writing on slate. They write on the slate and they communicate. So he called Radhanand Swami, who was a young boy of 19-20-year-old at that time. And he said, come here. I mean, he just indicated. So he came and he had a slate. He wrote something. What did he write? He wrote that the world thinks that we Brijvasis are crazy. Then he rubbed it out and said, what do you feel? Now, Maharaj cannot say, yes, you are crazy. It looks very offensive. So Maharaj just smiled, you know. So the Baba again wrote on the slate, he said, yes, we are crazy. And then he rubbed it off and he said, and if you stay here for a long time, you will also become crazy. So why do we
And we
say...
know that Maharaj did become
Why do we say that several stories are there, but there is a very sweet pastime. At one time, there were Nanda Maharaj, there were 5 brothers. You know that? What were their names? Nandan and Sunandan. Means there were 5 brothers. The eldest of them was Upananda. So one day Upananda, when they have joint family, they have 20-25 people in the family, right? So Upananda, as the eldest brother, as the family head, he said, today I am calling every single person for a very important meeting. A very serious issue needs to be discussed. So he called not only his family members, but he called all the Brijvasis, where at Nanda Baitak. And he said a very, very serious issue needs to be discussed. So everybody came to hear him and all. And then he told that, means he was just explaining to them that this is an emergency meeting. Why? Because you all are seeing what our little Krishna is doing. He lifted Govardhan hill. He killed Putana. He killed Trinavarta. And he's doing all these big demons he is killing. So he must be either Vishnu or Lord Shiva, or he's a great yogi. And he said, Nanda Maharaj, just look how your wife treats him. Sometimes she twists his ears. Okay. Sometimes she's shouting at him. Sometimes she even ties him up. And sometimes she runs behind him with a stick to beat him up, you know. How can she do all these things? You know, she is doing all this when she doesn't understand that our Krishna is not an ordinary person. If he is Vishnu or Shiva or a Mahayogi, or a demigod, is this the way your wife has to treat him? This is very serious matter. This has to stop. Immediately this has to stop. So Nanda Maharaj is, out of respect for his elder brother, is looking at him and saying, Yogi. Yogi. I will tell you something about my Krishna. Okay? They rarely eat. They eat very less. You know how much my Krishna eats? 56 times a day he is eating. The yogi you are saying. Right? Yogis are fearless people. They don't feel scared. There's a little bit of thundering and lightning and he comes and runs in the sari of my wife. And he's a yogi. You are trying to say yogi? And yogis have a very high character. They don't lie. They're very honest people. And my son lies all the time. To steal butter, and when we catch him red-handed, he's saying, I didn't steal butter. He eats dirt. And they tell him that, you know, I didn't eat dirt, he says. Right? And you are saying he's a yogi. And yogis are very control their senses. And you know how restless my Krishna is? He's running here and there and here and there. Even Hiranyakashipu does a better job than him. He can stand on one leg for thousands of years. You know, and you are saying he's a yogi. Like that, one example after another. He kept on giving, and the whole day passed, and they forgot what they had met for. Now, is this not craziness? And this used to happen on a regular basis, on different issues, you know. So this is proof that Brijvasis are crazy. But the difference is that they are crazy for Krishna. So that is the source of their liberation. And we people are crazy for what? So what are we doing? In Bombay language, solidifying in the material world over here, right? So the greatest benediction that we can have in our life is to have association of such people. Right? All crazy. And what happens when so many crazy people meet? Three things happen. Spiritually crazy people. Three things happen. When such crazy people meet, there is spiritual discussion. Second thing is, there is knowledge transmission. Okay, and the third thing is, there is heart transformation. It's okay, Prabhuji.
No, it's coming very closely. This will just pull it.
What are the three things that happen? Spiritual discussion, knowledge transmission, and heart transformation. These three things should happen when crazy people like us meet. Right? So welcome to the crazy club. And then we have the craziest. Really beg to the Lord of the universe for such sort of craziness. Because topics like this only we can discuss. What is the topic? How to become a good servant. Now if you go out, back home and in your office, whatever, and people will ask you, oh, you had a spiritual gathering yesterday. What was the discussion? Oh, we discussed how to become good servants. What a servant means what? Jhadu pocha kapda bartan. You guys are crazy. We're discussing how to become good servants, you know. Right? And we use this word so often amongst ourselves, right? Oh, please accept my obeisances, I am your servant. You know, your servant, Vishaka, Priya, your servant, Das. We will write your servant. We use this word so often. And we use this word in such a casual way sometimes that I want to be a servant. And we sometimes don't understand that what does it mean to be a servant? What are the qualifications of a servant? What are the essentials that will make me a good qualified servant? That we would like to spend some time on discussing this, the where, the how, the why, the what. About any subject when you discuss all these things. And why are we discussing? To become a servant. Whose servant do we want to become? What is it that will make us good servant? And how will we be able to become that? So welcome to this discussion.
Very
last.
Too much.
Nice. So of course, when we say we are crazy after a God, most people don't know who that God is, right? And therefore you find behind trucks and cars and different places they say, God is great. Right? Prabhupada never that statement. Because people have to know how great God is, right? If you just say God is great, you will water him down to your level and think that he must be a little greater than you, right? So if I can lift 15 kilos, maybe we lift, right? To our limited reference, right? But you understand Krishna is not just great, he is unlimitedly great. There is no boundedness. He is a greatness in every possible criteria and dimension you can possibly think of. But to define him in some concrete words, Parasar Muni put him into some sort of a definition of Godhead. What is that? What is that? Aishwaryasya samagrasya veeryasya yashasya jnana vairagaschaiva shannam bhaga iti gana. This is the definition of Vyasadev's beloved father, the worshipable Parasar Muni. Right? So unlimited strength, wealth, fame, and renunciation. And this is just the beginning of his greatness. But each of these one are unlimited. So, as you become a little bit more purified, you start slowly realizing how great Krishna is. You can just testify yourself. Before you become ISKCON devotees, you had some idea about God, some hazy idea about God. After coming to the fold of Prabhupada's movement, aren't you able to understand Krishna's greatness to a larger extent? You agree? You have to understand Krishna, how great he is to some extent more than you when you are not in ISKCON. Now, as you get more purified, you will understand Krishna having more. How great he is. Because we never understand the fullest extent of his greatness. Why? Because even God knows how great he is. He does not know how beautiful he is. He doesn't know how famous or how wealthy he is. Right? He doesn't know. But the beautiful thing is now that if you want to the secret. So if somebody is very beautiful, you want to ask them, आपके सुंदरता का राज क्या है? आपके लंबे बाल. Nowadays, of course, that लंबे बाल, ladies, gents, beautiful बाल is going away. But थोड़े बाल बच गए. But there was a time when our mothers used to have long hair and आपके लंबे बाल का राज क्या है? Whatever, right? To some success story, whether hair or beautiful body or big muscles or whatever it is, there will be some secret. Suppose Ilan Prabhu is having an interview with Krishna. He's really crazy. So he can ask Krishna this question. My dear Lord, I have learned in the scripture that you are unlimitedly great. Can you please tell me what is the secret of your greatness? I've always wanted to ask, like every successful athlete go, how can you become such a fast runner, So how is it that you are so great? I guess not. And you answer is coded, encoded, and inscribed in the 3rd canto, 16th chapter, 9th verse. Right? Why? A profound secret of the origin of his own greatness. How many would like to know that? Right? So please listen to this carefully. This is Krishna's own Sri Mukha words. My lotus feet, Krishna is answering, my lotus feet have become so sacred that they can immediately wipe out all the sins. Not a few sins, but all the sins anybody has performed. Can immediately, in no second, can become null and void. The verse, the phrase is Shata Akhila Malam. Shata means immediately, means completely. Malam means all the impurities. Shata Akhila Malam. So he said, I have become so great that I can purify all the sins of people who worship a lotus feet. And the reason is because because I am the servitor of my devotees. So this is Krishna's secret revelation. And we need to take this word very seriously. That Krishna has given entire of the credit of his unlimited glory to whom? But I am constantly thinking about them, their welfare, their care and protection, right? And just by being very tatpar, being very eager and anxious to always take care of them and serving them, that is what makes a person like me great. There is no other secret. I'm telling you, my dear devotees, this is the only secret, right? And therefore, when we think that is the supreme enjoyer, Krishna is the only Purusha, Ekala Ishvara. If he is the supreme enjoyer, right? And a supreme enjoyer's exclusive enjoyment is what? Serving his devotees, right? And if that is the situation, then that word servitorship or vocabulary of devotees, the most important word, the verses you may know, or the language you may know, the most beautiful word should be seva. Seva. Right? The most beautiful word should be seva. Right? And like Vishaka Priya was saying in the beginning that I'm your servant, sometimes very casually. So for the next few minutes that we are together, we will dive a little deeper into the realm and find out from the Holy Scriptures what actually makes a person truly a servant of the type Krishna himself wants. Right? What type of servants would he like to have? Yes, he accepts everybody because he is merciful. Chalo, sab log aa jao. You know, everyone is welcome. But yet, thoda sa QC, quality consciousness, quality consciousness. Okay.
I'd like to give the definition. To understand any subject matter, the definition. So what is the definition of a good servant? Not according to you and me, according to Krishna. Because if we want to, we are doing bhakti for what? Some siddhi? So we want to become the type of servant he wants us, not the way we want to be. For example, if I invite you to my house for prasad and I make Gujarati dal which is very sweet, and I'm feeding you that everything, sabji sweet, dal sweet, everything which you put sugar and good in it, and you will say, is this mithai or is this dal and sabji? We like spicy rasam, spicy sambar. Arey Prabhu, what you like is not important. I will give you what I like. Then will that please you? No. Right? So same way, we want to become servants the way Krishna wants us to be servants. So we are trying to understand that definition. So becoming a good servant of the Lord is what? Is living a life of devotion, of humility, and unshakable faith and commitment. What are the four things? Devotion, humility, unshakable faith, and commitment. That is a good servant, right? So the traits given is one who body, mind, words, everything in life and organizes his life. In which way? Seva-centered life. Because Krishna-centered life means what? Not that you put Krishna in the middle and you live around him. Because Krishna is... So, Krishna-centered life means Seva-centered life. So, one who can dedicate his body, mind and soul in that way, then whatever you do, your profession, your family, where should I buy a house, so that I'm as close to the temple where I can do some seva, when your focus is that, I to take a job in such a way that I have some time off for doing seva, right? I marry such a partner, those who have that choice now, with whose help I will be able to enhance my seva. So all our thoughts are what? Seva centered. Seva centered. So one who can dedicate his life like this is what? A good devotee. So, and secondly is one who embodies certain qualities. Because qualities qualify us. You understand why they are called qualities? Because they qualify us to become something. Qualities of a good mother, qualities of a good boss, qualities of a good businessman, qualities of different things. So what are the qualities of a servant? Right? What qualities should I embody in myself which will make me a good servant is a good thing to learn. So we will go into detail after some time. And the third trait which a servant should have is that he finds joy in serving others as a means to serving the Lord. That is greatest joy. When we entered into the room and we saw all your bright faces, truly your look was not effulgent like LED light coming out from you, but the effulgence of the joy which you all were experiencing, even though you are tired, Bengali, which is known as Sukhe Thako. थकना, बट सुख से थकना. लोग दुख से थक जाते हैं काम कर करके, काम करते हैं, पर हम लोग सुख से थकते हैं. सुखे थाको, right? That's a great way of going, right?
Tired but happy. Happily tired.
So that's what devotees are, because that brings the real satisfaction in life, right? So these are the things which make us, which are the traits, which are the qualities. So now we will go we will shift from Bhagavatam to Chaitanya Charitamrita and try to understand that what is the Lord's, what are those few qualities which the Lord expects in his devotee.
There is a bit of background to this shift coming into the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita right now. The background is, we will be slowly zooming into the Madhya Leela. Discussed by Kaviraj is the Lord preparing to go on his heartfelt desire, long cherished desire. He had been having desire from Navadvip days. He wants to go to where? Sri. Before that, he wanted to go, couldn't go for various reasons, but he went on a tour to South India, and that time he needed a servant. Sannyasi always is a servant, you know that. He have a servant assistant, so he had taken with this particular Vaishnava. Anybody remembers his name? Who accompanied Mahaprabhu? Who? Sri Govinda. Kal Krishna Das. Yeah? There is one Kalia Krishna Das. He is a very, very pure devotee of the Lord. But this is Kal Krishna Das. So Kal Krishna Das had accompanied the Lord through the entire South Indian tour. He saw Mahaprabhu transforming the hearts of not one or two but millions of souls, going into ecstasy, dancing, jumping, crying tears of love, and being responsible associate and doing all that was necessary to keep him happy and served properly. Yet, there was a serious, not serious, but very, very serious mishap in his spiritual journey. And what was that? At a particular place where they reached, there was a gangster group of, it's called as the Bhattaharis. Bhattaharis adorned themselves the dress of a sannyasi, but were actually demoniac, they were drunkards, and they were mystical people who would allure people, right? And they would use beautiful women to allure innocent young men and boys to join their camp. So while Mahaprabhu was performing his Leela in a particular beautiful kanyas, right, who tantalize this young, apparently naive devotee called Kal Krishna Das, and he gets allured, and he gets seduced by their apparent charm, right? and leaves the company of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and behold, he joins the camp of the Bhattaris, starts drinking, starts wearing the same type of clothes, and changes his entire lifestyle. Just like that. He went into a tremendously degraded transformation. Mahaprabhu, realizing very soon that his servant is lost, but he did not desert him, the Lord is very compassionate. He actually went physically into their camp, very dangerous place to go. He went there and said, "You have taken my servant, please give him back." Right? So he is no longer your servant, he is now part of our gang. Right? So they started attacking him. They attacked the most mild, soft-hearted person, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They attacked him with swords, daggers, and spears. Right? It was a violent attack. It was more than just verbal fight. Anyway, the Lord manifested mystically. All the weapons came from nowhere into the environment, and those weapons, unembodied weapons, they just flew towards the Bhattaris and chopped off their hands and legs. Right? And they all ran away screaming in pain. Right? Okay? So the Lord rescued him and brought him back. Now he said, "I don't want somebody like Garbage." Right? So he puts forward his, requirement. I want to have somebody but Nutan Sangi Haiveka Snigdha Yaraman Aiche Yaba Paeta Be Laeka Jan. I want a Nutan Sangi, some new devotee. Nutan means new. Right? Somebody new. I cannot take Nityananda Prabhu because he's Avadut first of all. We don't know what he will do, right? And he may land bringing my danda and everything else, so it's not proper. Jagadan Pandit, of course, he feels so sorry looking at me by doing all my austerities as a sannyasi, and he becomes broken-hearted seeing me, and I feel broken-hearted seeing him. So it will be a very difficult thing to go along with that, right? So he disqualified all the other senior devotees, Mahaprabhu. So give me a Nutan Sangi, somebody who is new, who has Snigdha Yaraman. Okay? So this was all being heard. Mahaprabhu's request, Earnest request was being received by Nityananda Prabhu, Jagannath Pandit, Mukunda Datta, and of course Ramananda Rai. They're all sitting here to Mahaprabhu and saying. And then in response to this request, Sri Damodar starts speaking. Right? Before we go to what he speaks, you understand who is Swarup Damodar Goswami. Right? Who is he? He, in the spiritual world, he is Lalita Sakhi, Lalita Gopi. Right? And she is the senior most Gopi of the entire spiritual world. Even senior to Srimati Radharani. Radharani takes instructions and bows her head in reverence to Lalita Devi. Right? That's how her glory is. She is like everyone is like this. She's so powerful and she's so loving to the divine couple. Right? This Radharani bows to her instructions in how to serve Krishna. Anyway, he came incarnate in what as Swarup Damodar Goswami. Right? So he's so pure. These two personalities, especially Lalita and Vishaka, Raman Rai and Swarup Damodar Goswami, that they could understand the innermost feeling of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It takes very, very rare soul to understand deeply somebody's emotions without even being expressed. It would just a small signal you could understand exactly what is happening in Mahaprabhu's heart. And therefore understanding Mahaprabhu's desire and concern, he said yes. So he's Swarup Kahe. Who sang? Can you all say this? Swarup Kahe. Ei Balabhadra Bhattacharya. Tumate Susnigdha. Bada Pandita. Sadhu. Arya. Right? So in this way, the Lord asked only for somebody who is Snigdha. Swarup Goswami gave him something even more than that. I will somebody who is Susnigdha, Pandita, Sadhu, Arya. Right? Let us now go a little bit deep into these beautiful things. Who asked for which? What is the requirement? His requirement? Snigdha. Okay. So why did he ask for Snigdha? And what does it mean to have a Snigdha Yaraman? What does it mean to have a Snigdha Man? Prabhupada translates the word Snigdha as being peaceful. The word peaceful is in sharp contrast to the other word called as agitated mind. You have agitated mind and you have opposite is peaceful mind. So what does all Krishnas suffer from? Suffer from a disturbed mind, right? But I want somebody whose mind will be not disturbed, right? So somebody who is pure in heart will not have a disturbed mind. The kalmash, they are like dirt in a all the dirt and mud comes to the surface and everything becomes muddy, right? So to get a visual comparison of what will be the mind of such a devotee who is Snigdha, we will give a material example. Vishaka and myself, we had gone to a place called Shillong, which is up there in the northeast in Assam. I went for the medical work there and garden. And he took us to the top of a hill and from open space to the horizon, a lot of trees, greenery, patches of vegetations and all. And he said, "What is happening?" Like, yeah, this is Bangladesh. Achha. And our hearts skip in joy. Bangladesh, the land of Pundarik Vidyanidhi, the land of Rupa and Sanatan, the land of the house of Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi. These great souls live there in silence, right? Of course, there is Keturi Gram, the place where the first God Purnima took place. We want to go there. We wanted to go there immediately, right? Because we had not time to return back, we had a fight and everything else, right? So, the other part of this, what he told us that, sir, you don't have time, but I will take you to another very special place. The river called Dauki is here. Raksha, what is the special place here? Dauki river? I don't know what is the word Dauki. Ganga Jamuna Sarvati Kaveri Suna hai, Dauki nahi suna hai. Okay. What is Dauki? Sir, Dauki river is one of the cleanest, right? You can go up and see pictures of Dauki. Dauki, the water is so transparently clear that if a small ferry boat is flying on the surface, you will see as if it is floating in the air. The water is completely like a mirror. It's completely transparent, right? So that understanding of what it has to have a clear, unagitated mind, because it is completely transparent with no other desires except to serve the Lord. Right? So you ask for this Snigdha Yaraman, being completely unagitated. We will go a little further now and talk about other requirements of the Lord and how should the Amar Goswami address them.
So every quality which we will talk about, we will give you 2 words so that it makes it easy for you to remember, right? So for Snigdha, what are the 2 words which is to remember? Yeah, that what is the result of being peaceful and not disturbed in your life? That you become stable, consistent and deep. So stability and consistency is the quality to be remembered, which is one of the essential. Are we able to communicate? What are the 2 words? Stability and consistency. Right? Many people join Krishna consciousness, they become very enthusiastic devotees, they will be there in the front for everything. They are shouting, jumping, always in the front, dancing even during Tulsi Puja, for everything, you know. And for some time they are there. And then after some time, that enthusiastic devotee, where is he? So he came with a bang and he went with a bruise. No consistency, no stability. Right? So when we are talking of bhakti means long term. We want to be devotees for the rest of our life, not shooting stars. So that is one of the essentials is snigdha, that when you remain peaceful, undisturbed. Undisturbed by what? Right? The allurements, the success, the failures, the happiness, the joy. Today I want to chant, but today I will not chant. I am not feeling happy. No, I have committed, I have to chant. This year I will do 2 Rath Yatra. But next year I don't feel Prabhuji. I don't feel like doing Rath Yatra this year. You know, I am very tired and I am busy. No? Then is that consistency? No. Pran jaye, pan vachan na jaye. Right? That is the commitment which a devotee has for his devotional life. And that is what is very endearing to the Lord. And that is the good servant. That we consistently do. When some seva is given to us, second time person doesn't have to ask that what is it, Dwarkadish. Our nature should become, we should become so responsible that once told to us, it will be done. And that's what the Guru, the Vaishnavas and Krishna looks for. That this person is a very consistent, stable and a very responsible person. Doesn't go up and down, fancies, mood swings, like that. Right? So, up and down is natural. Is it going to be that no, life is going to be straight? If it is straight, if your ECG graph is straight, means you are what? You don't want to be dead. ECG graph up and down is sign of healthy. So up and down will be there, but we will still remain. That is snigdha. So we'll move on to the next because we can talk more, but we'll get late. So the next quality which Swarga Damodar said that Prabhu, not only snigdha, I will give you 1 + 4 free. Scheme रहता है ना, 1 + 2 free, 1 +. So understanding the mind of the Lord, he said, now I understood what type of person you want. I will give you 4 extra qualities which the devotee has. And because she is such a Lalita Devi who understands, as Prabhuji said, she really understands what are the qualities which the Lord is looking for. The second thing which she said, which Swarga Damodar Goswami said is what? Susnigdha. What does that mean? Not more peaceful. Could understand. But Sanskrit is a very beautiful meanings. So Susnigdha Prabhupada translates as what? Extremely loving, caring, affectionate by nature. Susnigdha. That is what a good servant is supposed to be. Right? Not that because I have some service, I become a very rough person. I have to do all this. Come on, do it. They have not done this. You know, you land up shouting at the person and all. Then the Lord does not like. Right? He expects that the good servant is what? Snigdha. Susnigdha means, Susnigdha means extremely loving, not loving. Extremely loving. When you add su, it means extreme. Extremely loving, affectionate by nature. So whenever we do any service, we have to try to, not that all of us are like that by nature. Some of us are past history, background, we have been quite rough. In the way we must have been dealing with people, talking to people. Expected to be this. And the highest example in the material world of this type of quality is what? A mother. A mother. Why? Because mother is extremely tolerant, extremely forgiving, extremely affectionate, extremely sensitive, extremely kind, extremely warm, right? No matter what the child does, even if it does she, shoe, everything, she's not going to, she did it, fat karke, no one, not like that. You're crying in the night, go to sleep. She doesn't do that. She, out of love, right? So whenever you do anything out of 3 things. You do any work, sometimes you do out of fear. अरे बाबा करो, प्रभु जी गुस्सा हो जाएंगे. Do it, you know, प्रभु जी Mataji get very angry. So you do something out of fear, something you do out of duty. अरे क्या है, अभी करना है, कर दो. Like that, right? Out of love. Snitter is love beyond duty. Love beyond duty, like Hanuman. Nice example. What service Ram had given him? Go and find Sita. So Hanuman could have gone on the treetop and said, "Oh, Sita is there." Good. Fly back to Ram and said, "Oh, I saw Sita. She's sitting in Ashok Vatika." That's all Ram had told him to do. But because that was his duty. But what? He had love beyond duty. So what did he do? He went and met Sita. He pacified her. Right? He heard her out. He gave her hope. That don't worry. He gave her hope and he gave fear in the heart of Ravan. And he did R&D of the whole of Lanka. And that was not enough. Little more love beyond duty. थोड़ा सा आग भी लगा दिया. Right? So that is what it means. That okay, you know, Prabhuji has told me only to do one Rath Yatra. So I'll do one, but if you do 1 + 2 free, very happy. So that is what I'm just trying to say is that we have to do little more than what is expected out of us, and that is the quality of a good servant. Good servant, and do it out of extreme affection. Mahaprabhu did not want to take any servant. He said, "I like to travel alone." But devotees were insisting that you take somebody to carry your danda, your kopin, your kamandalu. You take. So he could have done only that and moved around. But Mahaprabhu, he is not like any other personality who travel with companion. Suddenly he becomes ecstatic, ashtamikar, he faints, he starts jumping, dancing. So he'll fall down, hurt himself. So Balabhadra didn't say that was not my job description. I was only supposed to carry danda and kamandalu. So let him fall. It's okay, I'll wait when he wakes up and go. No. He took so much extra care out of affection of him, and that's why Mahaprabhu was very, very happy with his service. So he was not just a logistical servant to take care of the logistics. कहाँ रहेंगे, क्या खाएंगे, that's it. डंडा पकड़ा, ये किया, वो किया. No, he did much more beyond understanding that he needed. Along with that, you get what we are saying? So that is the meaning of the word susmita. Love beyond duty, and that is one of the foundational qualities. Other things you do, but if you are not sensitive, loving, warm, that type of loving heart like a mother, then you cannot be a good servant of anybody. You can't serve any people whom you are trying to encourage. People will get fried with you. तो प्रभु जी सेवा बहुत करते हैं, लेकिन रफ है उनका. माता जी का बोलने का तरीका देखो, दादागिरी का, चिल्लाते हैं, ये करते हैं, वो करते हैं. प्रभु जी देखो, you know, हर चीज में टास्क मास्टर की तरह कराते हैं. This is not the way. But when we do even the smallest thing out of love, people will want to reciprocate. कि प्रभु जी कितना प्रेम से, माता जी कितना प्रेम से सब करते हैं. चलो, for them anything, right? So that's the best way of being a servant, susmita.
Sometimes I don't appreciate this word. We say he was a pure devotee, we say Sutta Sauta, we say the Mahabharata, and all that is 100% and more true, right? But whatever he has done actually stems from love. His love for Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. He was a very susmita towards his beloved Gurudev. Right? All the hardship which Prabhupada has endured in his life is to a large extent because he deeply, deeply loved his spiritual master. Right? So a lot of service, and for the same reason, what our Prabhupada disciples did for him, assisting him in Islamic Krishna consciousness, say in London or Australia, wherever, was the same reason, because they were so snigdha towards Srila Prabhupada. Right? So you can see that the mission has expanded exponentially, not just because of philosophy or money power or management, because disciples expressed so much love for their spiritual master. Right? Love, they did so much. And of course, when you do something out of love, there are no limits. You can do so many things. Because love itself is an unlimited energy of the heart. So taking it this further, so it was about Snigdha, then Snigdha, and the third requirement was to become truly worthy servants of the Lord is expressed by Srila Goswami. It says we should like sadhu. Sadhu. Right? So sadhu is a male person with a lot of long dahi, right? Right? In seclusion and like an right? No, that is not that type of sadhu. So the meaning of the word sadhu is explained here. It is a person who has a genuine saintly behavior. A saint, right? It is pure in his thoughts and his words and action. He doesn't hurt anybody because he is non-violent in his community. Right? And he has material motives in his seva. We may not know the world, what we have been doing in material world, because we wanted to gain something out of it. We did a job or a business or some endeavor, because out of the endeavor you wanted to have something gained for yourself. Whether we like it or not, even when we enter the spiritual realm, we enter the realm of Krishna consciousness, we may do services also, but somewhere we carry the baggage of gaining something from our seva as well. Right? And that is like a bit of what we call as sand in sweet rice. Sweet rice is very nice, beautiful, maja aata hai khane ko, right? But you just sprinkle a little bit of sand over it. First bite you take and it will, all the sweet rice fun is gone completely, right? So even Krishna who is trying to taste our service, see Krishna is tasting our service, he is accepting our service, right? He is tasting our service attitude. The attitude is mixed with some desires for say some sort of name, थोड़ा सा fame, थोड़ा सा prestige, थोड़ा सा एक मेरा felicitation होना चाहिए, मेरा वाह होना चाहिए, मेरा appreciation होना चाहिए, right? Do it automatically, क्या अलग बात है. But that's not a good nature. People, this devotee did this, Hari Bol, yeah, Hari Bol for this Mataji, this Prabhuji, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. That's fine. But we couldn't be touched with ulterior motive. Only one motive is sort of permitted. What is that? What is that? Some siddhi. I want to simply please. Love. This is a very nice Radha Maharaj has told before, right? Love means to serve, and serve means to please the object of love. It is so simple. When you say love, 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 this word love is again a very, terribly contaminated word, right? Love is expressed through which word? Golden word? The golden word is what? Seva. Love is expressed through seva, right? And the result of seva should be what? That you have to please the object of your love. Then that love is properly situated, correct? Similarly, when a person is having a sadhu mentality, this Mataji, this Prabhu, who has sadhu mentality means he has no ulterior motives. He simply wants to please Krishna because out of this sort of love for Sri Krishna.
If Balabhadra Bhattacharya wanted, he could have been bragging about his closeness to the Lord, right? When he is traveling from village to village to village, thousands of people were coming to meet him. So he could have said, hey, come on, I am the personal servant of Lord Chaitanya. You know that? He could have bragged about his position as a personal assistant, but he always remained in the background. Any desire for name, fame in doing seva. So when they say when you are doing Pujari seva, the Pujari doesn't stand in front of the Lord and all, because he will be obstructing the darshan of the Lord. He always stands in such a way that he is even not seen. So somebody was, Guru Maharaj was saying that in one temple there was a devotee who so much wanted this name, fame type of thing that he would keep coming in the middle. While doing aarti, keep shifting, and he would do chamar, do chamar to the Lord. But he would do like in very artistic way and all, in order to attract attention to himself, not to do the seva to the Lord. Right? So we want that people that, you see me? I'm doing this, I am doing the puja. So many of us have this subtle desire sometimes to show off our seva, or to show off our closeness to our authorities, to show off our closeness to spiritual master, to show off that subtle desire for names. But a sadhu is such a pure-hearted and saintly person. So the two words for the word sadhu is what? Pure-hearted and saintly. That is why when somebody gives a good class or somebody does good kirtan, what is it? Oh, sadhu, sadhu. We don't say wah wah like wah wah is a Urdu word. Somebody does good, we say what? Sadhu, sadhu, Prabhu. Nice. So that is the meaning, what is expected out of a person. He is sadhu. The fourth quality which is expected, which is essential of servitude, is Arya. Many people name their children as Arya, Aryan, right? What is the meaning of the word Arya? Civilized, right? Gentleman, civilized. That's why you name your children like that, You don't name them Ravan, Kumbhakara, or Hiranyakashipu. Nobody gives such names. Right? You don't want them to be like that, the riff-raff type of person, You want them to be very Arya, gentle, cultured type of person. So what is the translation Prabhupada gave? That Arya means consciousness. Very advanced in spiritual consciousness, having a very noble and honor. This is a very important point, that if we are trying to be a good servant, whether you are a servant leader or whatever servant you are, what is one of the essentials of servitude is what? To be very noble character and have a very high moral this thing. Because in Kali Yuga, as we always say, the two free acts that Kali Yuga gives us is what? Moral and hypocrisy. Many times we don't walk our talk. We say something, we preach something, we profess something, but we don't represent our mission. Right? If with tilak and kanti, you are going to do halla gulla on the road, maramari, gali galoj, on the road with tilak and kanti, then what will people say? Hey, look at ISKCON devotees. So, but you are not whole ISKCON. Of ISKCON. And if you are doing good social service, helping people, people say, look at ISKCON. Whole ISKCON. But you are still representing. When you behave nicely, somebody will ask, hey, whose disciple are you? So what are you doing? Without saying Jai Gurudev, you are glorifying your Guru. And if somebody sees our behavior, some golmaal we are doing, some character deviation, somebody says, whose disciple are you? Is this the time? So one time Prabhupada was taking rounds of Krishna Balaram temple. He was walking round and there was one devotee standing there, and when Prabhupada took first round, he said, Jai Srila Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada passed by, he took another round, and when he came by again, he said, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Then Prabhupada went round, third time he came and he said, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. And then Prabhupada was coming fourth time around, he was about to say, Jai Shri. And Prabhupada said, why don't you do something practical? What did Prabhupada mean by that? by the mood of your spiritual master, by following the mission and representing the mission which you are, that is the best way to glorify. And then you become an Arya. Right? Means what? You walk your talk. You walk your talk. So Balabhadra Bhattacharya was that type of devotee that people didn't say, okay, look what type of Kalakrishna Das people would have said, what type of a servant of Lord Chaitanya. But Balabhadra Bhattacharya, they would say, so what type of a servant he is having. So this is so important to have very high moral character. Some of us may have come from unholy background before we joined Krishna consciousness. Obviously, we did not know, we thought that is the best. We might have been drinking, smoking, gambling, meat eating, or we might have been doing gundagardi also. Who knows what we were doing. But somehow by the mercy of the Lord and His representatives, we have got the shelter and we have become purified. Right? But sometimes old habits can resurface. So we have to be very, very careful, because while doing seva, there is all that we could have some temptations. Temptations, because Kali resides in money. Sometimes you may fall for the opposite gender, lose our character like that. So we have to be very, very careful that the Lord, what is the expectation of the Lord? That we be Arya, very civilized, cultured person. So what are the two words over here for Arya? Noble and high character. True gentleman. In Prabhupada's words, we should be true gentlemen, not otherwise. Right? And the last quality is Pandit. Pandit means what? Scholar? Huh? There are two words. One is knowledge and second is what? Wisdom. What is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Applied knowledge is wisdom. Isn't it? So when Mahaprabhu is saying Pandita, so Namaste is saying Pandit, we should be, because how will wisdom come unless we have some knowledge? Without knowledge, wisdom cannot come. But we don't want to get stuck at the level of only knowledge. We want what? Wisdom. That we are able to apply the things at the right time. So, what does the Lord expect? Not sentimental servants. Oh, I love Krishna. And why do you love Krishna? I don't know that, but I just love Krishna. You don't understand anything, no reasoning, no logic. Why you should do this? I don't know, because Prabhuji said to do, Mataji. No, we have to be learned, so that what you have got, you can share with others. You can answer people. Why are you wearing kanti? Why are you putting on tilak? Why Krishna? Why not Sai Baba? Why not Durga Devi? Why not this? Why not? Are we able to? It's not only sufficient that we are convinced, but we should be able to convince others also. So being Pandit is also very important. Understand the nuances of Bhakti. For example, Balabhadra Bhattacharya, when he was going with Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu would get Ashtavikar, and people won't understand that. Na? So sometimes villagers and all would look here, hey, what's happening to this sannyasi? So if Balabhadra Bhattacharya was not a Pandit, he could have thought, oh, he got an epilepsy attack. What happened to him? But he was such a Shastric person, he could exactly explain to people around. He could even have arguments and explanations with scholars. Right? So he was a Pandit. He could properly understand everything and he represented. So if I have to be a good servant, then I have to be what? Pandit. So the 5 qualities which we discussed about, if we take the Sanskrit is Snigdha, Sadhu, Arya and Pandit. So English translations would be, what is it expected? Peaceful, affectionate, saintly, noble and Wise. Wisdom. We should be full of it. So these are the active ingredients, the vital ingredients, the essentials of servitude. Right? They are the core qualities. So many words could be there if you were to, right? They are the fundamental qualities. They are inherent attributes. They are primary characteristics required. They are central virtues, right? They are the defining aspects of a servant. That defines. If you have this, then you are defined as a servant. They are backbone values, cornerstone traits, pivotal key focal points. You can add to the list, whatever it is. So that is how essential it is for us to have. Then what happens when you have these 5 qualities? We'll conclude in a few minutes. Sorry.
So you may have heard many classes in the past about what are the bodies of Vaishnavas, right? But I was thinking about it today, in this particular subject, that if you analyze these 6 words, like the Sadhu, Pandit, Arya, right? Then actually all qualities of Vaishnavas are included in this 6. You will not be sickness peaceful. Okay, five. Yeah, 5. So these 5 qualities are like the summum bonum. They are like the essence, right? And every quality which we will try to emulate in our Krishna consciousness, that is sincerity, humanity, everything is included within these 5 beautiful spiritual qualities, right? Now, we don't have them today. We are deficient in these qualities. But the easiest way to have them is to aspire for them and to pray for them, right? And when Krishna sees sincerity of our desire, all the desires to see is simply one thing in the heart: sincerity of our desires to have these. See, really, as the Lord of the heart acknowledges our sincerity, then Krishna most willingly and happily bestows them upon us. Bestows these qualities. It is not that we will become sadhu on our own or become stusiddha on our own. This is not something which you can go to a gym and get muscles and you can do it on your own. Get it. I must get good biceps. Yes, 6 months, big biceps. It's not like that. It will be, has to be a gift of the Lord. And how does he do that? When he sees sincerity or desire to serve him in a better way. We are all serving him. We are all servants here. Right? We are talking about refining our service to make it even more pleasing to the Lord. When he really loves and is pleased with our service. Correct? So, once these qualities descend upon us, even in some minute way, then we close our discussion with a beautiful jewel-like verse now. Again, remain focused on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. One beautiful verse we already spoke about is what about Prabhu Swarup Kahe, right? Now, this episode is episode where Chaturmasya is over. Chaturmasya is going on right now, correct? 4 months are there. And during this time, devotees would come from Navadvip, from Pulinagram, Adisaptagram, Shrikhanda, all these holy places, and they would all converge upon Sri Jagannath Puri and stay with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for 4 months every year. For those 18 years, Mahaprabhu stayed in Sri Jagannath Puri. On one particular year, probably the 3rd year, my guess of course, I don't remember very well, but the 3rd year, when this devotee from Pulinagram had come, He is now also going and now Lord is down, bidding what? Farewell to everybody. So he asked a question. So, my dear Lord, I am going back now. We had wonderful association, dancing, yatra yatra, prasadam, lot of khajas, everything. Wonderful time, right? What is my kartavya when I reach back home? What I am supposed to do now after I have enjoyed the association, I have loved it so much. It has filled my heart with great joy. But after I go home, what do you expect me to do? Right? And the Lord expressed and spoke some beautiful words, which we'll recite now from this very special. Please hear these words very nicely. They are worthy of being embalmed in our heart forever. That's how beautiful they are. प्रभु कहे वैष्णव सेवा नाम संकीर्तन कोई कर श्री कृपा दे श्री कृष्ण चरण. We'll repeat that now, right? प्रभु कहे वैष्णव सेवा नाम संकीर्तन कोई कर श्री कृपा दे श्री कृष्ण चरण. You may read all the four Vedas. You may read all the 108 Upanishads. If you have the intellect and the power and the time and you understand, you can read all the Vedanta Sutras. You can read the entire Ramayana and Mahabharata. But nothing can supersede this verse. Verse number you know what, she will tell. So, Prabhu, who's the Prabhu means who? Who's saying? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhu kahe, you please just do my dear devotees. He is not telling the devotee of Kulinagram. He is telling whom? He is telling all of us. He is telling all his devotees for all times to come. For eternality. Right? Durikara. Just do two things. Not a checklist, itna bada list de diya, अरे बाप रे कैसे करेगा, right? दो चीज करो, two things only, very easy, very simple. Vaishnav Seva, right? Serve the devotees with these 5 traits we talked about, right? Those traits which you have in the heart, if they are there, in the minutest degree, they are so powerful in attracting Krishna's grace to an unlimited degree. Unlimited love for himself, right? That he is eager to serve his devotees. Suppose we express our eagerness and serve the devotees with these 5 traits, it is easy to attract his grace. And second, of course, is Hindu Dharma, Nam Sankirtan. If we just do these 2 things, Mahaprabhu is giving a promise on stamp paper. I don't know how much worth the stamp paper will be, but on this unlimited stamp paper of birth, right? What is that? दुईकरा शीघ्र पावे. अपना लाइफ कितना बड़ा है. When you and I will leave, then you will go, some atom bomb, some bullet, some this, some tsunami, some fire, some crash, some earthquake, something will happen. Dham dhum, something can happen. You will leave your body any time, right? The Lord is giving, like we say, Prabhupada is a jet age Swami. What is it called as? Jet age Swami, right? Fast. He is faster than Maya also. Paris, tomorrow, Australia, London, San Francisco. He is moving faster than Maya. Before Maya can reach there, he is reaching there. So, before she can come, he gives crystal conscious to everybody. Everyone is protected. Maya comes, hey, nobody, I cannot. So, beauty ban gaya. I'm late here. Right? So, Prabhupada was so fast. He was faster than Maya. Right? So, Krishna understands that in Kali Yuga, the slow, laborious, slow process, Kali Yuga mortals cannot accept that. Therefore, he says, Shigra Pave. Means instantly you will get. What will you get? Shigra Pave, Shri Krishna Charan. Right? The goal of life is to get the shelter of Shri Krishna Charan. Right? So simply by doing these two things, Naam Sankirtan, jitna Naam Sankirtan kar sakte karo. Whenever you get time, right? Do Naam Sankirtan. Serve the Vaishnavas. These are two extremely powerful tools to get the rain shower of Krishna's mercy into your life. Right? And there's a beautiful example for this. To prove this principle in the life of Sripad Raghunath Das Goswami. Now you know his story, very depictively nice narrated by Kaviraj Goswami, that here is a young man who is so eager to join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. His heart is yearning, burning, with an unlimited desire to join the Lord. But his powerful father, Hiranya Mazumdar and uncle Golden Mazumdar, keeping 12 guards day and night. एक लड़के के लिए 12 guard. Right? He was a prisoner in his own house. Right? Because he would run away, you catch him and bring him back. Right? So it was impossible for him. How can you escape from the eyes of 12 eyes, 24 eyes looking at you all the time? Not possible. So he took his permission from father. He said, Papa, I just want to convert Pani Hati. If Tita Prabhu has come there with all his devotees, I just go there, and then come back, just have darshan, come back. Go. Very so much hard. He won't say, he said, now I'm going to punish you. Now you feed all my devotees. Feed them with what? Chida. Right? And the famous first time in the world, this Chida festival took place at the bank of Ganga at Sri Pani Dham. And immediately spawned into activity. We got all the ingredients, dahi, chida, narikela, fruits, big pots, everything is run. He just went into frenzy of activity. And he served the devotees with great love. Because he served the devotees, Shigra Pave. Once that happened, then by the Lord's grace, Nitya Prabhu's grace, he was able to run away from his house and reach the lotus feet of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. There are unlimited such examples are there. So simply to get Krishna's feet are accessible only by serving Krishna's devotees. This is the eternal principle, right? You cannot approach Krishna directly because Radharani can serve Krishna directly. Nobody else can help. Direct seva. The parampara. दासानो इसमें ज़्यादा मजा आता है. This is more fun serving the Vaishnava, right? So this way.
So continuing the theme, many people want to become great, right? But an intelligent person wants what? He wants to serve the great.
Very well.
Then automatically he becomes great. So why not become great in that way? So when somebody is pleased with you, or you are pleased with somebody, what do? You want to offer some gift to them, right? Gift exchange is a very loving thing which happens in birthday parties. People take gifts for the birthday boy, they give return gifts. In marriages it happens, you give gift, you get a return gift. So when you please the Lord by trying to serve those who are dear to Him, His Vaishnavas, in the mood which He has told, by having these 5 qualities, then Krishna gives you a gift. Now imagine, जो सबसे बड़ा व्यक्ति जो गिफ्ट देगा मतलब क्या गिफ्ट होगा, राइट? सम स्मॉल दिया होगा. But if God gives you gift, then what type of gift that must be? Wouldn't it be interesting to know? I'm seeing people's eyes like, what could be that gift? So the biggest person gives the biggest gift. So would you like to know what is the gift the Lord gives? You have to say Hari Bol Ram. He gives the best thing which he has. He gives the best thing which he has. And what does he give? He gives you friendship of like-minded devotees.
Very good.
This deserves a bigger clap. This gift. So if we are ordinary people, we will think, oh, ये बाजू वाले, अरे ये तो right? But if we are really sincere people, we may see the value of the aju wale. This is the gift of God which He has given, right? That means it is not ordinary. So, what is the gift He is giving? Friendship of the devotees. Try to understand. Friendships can be of different levels. There are Sanskrit words for friendship. All of you are friends. Man is a social person, right? You cannot be a loner. I don't have friends and I am Atmara. Can you be like that? Huh? You can be, but you will not be the happiest person. You will not be the happiest person like that. But we have levels of friends. Everybody cannot be a Langoti friend. Not possible. Huh? So there might be some friends who are known in Sanskrit as Bandhu. Bandhu means what? Hi bye friends. Hari bol. Well, yeah, very well. Fine. That's Hari bol. Whenever you meet, it's just a Hari bol type of friendship. That is known as Bandhu. But more higher than Bandhu is what? A Sakha. What is a Sakha? What is a Sakha?
He's always there with us.
Whether it is good, bad.
Not very close, but you invest time in making that friendship. It's not just hi-bye type of relation. I call sometimes, I call up, invite them, go to their house, just little more. We have each other's phone number and we want to go a little deeper. That is a Sakha. But there is something deeper than Sakha. That is what? Mitra. Mitra means what? You share and you care with that person. There is and don't you think that is a nice thing to have? But there is something higher than that. And that is known as Suhrit. Suhrit. Krishna says, Suhritam Sarvabhutanam Suhrit. Suhrit. Suhrit means heart-to-heart friend. Right? I can tell everything. I can take guidance. Right? He is there for me to help me anytime. My ever well-wisher. And I am his ever well-wisher. That type of friendship, which cannot be broken by anything, that is known as Suhrit. Right? So he gives Krishna's gift to us is that if you will look around, you will have, by Krishna's mercy, we have many Suhrits in our life. Many. Somebody, even if you, at the end of your life, even if you could get one like that, that is a big achievement. But by Prabhupada's mercy, we have so many Suhrits around us. Right? So what sort of a gift is that? The best gift that you could ever get, right? And still we have not even developed these 5 qualities perfectly. We all have these to some extent, thoda bota chota, huh? But if we want to do Shigra Pave, then we try to work towards getting these, work towards having these 5 qualities on a deeper level and appreciate this friendship, a gift which the Lord has given each other, that we are all united here together in love and service to Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki Jai. Prabhupada Jai. Thank you. Hearing this, but since the time we were so happy, we were just feeling so happy that we just like to share it. So we enjoyed it. Hope you also had relished this small truths about the Lord. Talking of gifts.
Hare Krishna. When we were introduced to Krishna consciousness, I am, I will, and always be a big fan of Dwarkadish. I'm not saying because he's here. Always, I would never forget one lecture Prabhuji gave. Many lectures Prabhuji gave, but one lecture of Radhashtam. I will never forget. That changed my paradigm of Krishna consciousness. I will recommend everybody to go and hear that. I will send for which year 2009. I think it was 2009. In Chopati, he gave the lecture. Then exactly like today, Prabhuji, I was reflecting that lecture that day, where he brought down everything to selfless service in Radhashtam. I can't repeat the words, but whenever I get opportunity during Radhashtami, I search for that lecture. You all can search Radhashtami, Dwarkadish Prabhu. You'll get it. Many others might come, but look for the 2009, 2010 sometime. So I feel very fortunate. Actually, I'm sitting here because I have back pain. Please forgive me. That Prabhuji and Mataji have come here. It's a dream come true. It's like our superheroes, like celebrities. Who are celebrities for devotees? Vaishnavas. They are celebrities. And they take effort to come, they take the time to come, and then they come here and share their care by explaining what we should become. That is the greatest gift. So for them, this is to send from Bombay. I'm actually speechless. But next few minutes, we are going to take. Next few minutes, we want to take to reciprocate in a small way. For what devotees have done. It's very difficult to explain because the amount of sacrifices that have been done now are only known between the devotee and Janana. It cannot be told that, oh Prabhu, you have done this much. Because some sacrifices are known to everyone, but some sacrifices are only known between Krishna and the devotee. It's not about sacrifice of money or sacrifice of time, health. Biggest sacrifice is when our willingness to let go of false ego. When we do these festivals, our false ego is chopped. When we endeavor to do a Rath Yatra, so many places, right? Especially in gated communities, we do this Rath Yatras. Can everybody come? Yeah, if there are any elders, someone can give the chairs and things. Only elders and senior software architects are allowed on the chairs. So, what do they say?
Sacrifice. All chopped. What's it?
Yeah, gated communities, right? Not only gated communities. When we endeavor, we want to try to do this Rath Yatra. It starts from the question of why you want to do this Rath Yatra. That's where it starts. It's not like how you want to do, who will give money, when you want to do. That is not the question. Why you want to do Rath Yatra? Right? That's where the battle begins. Now you are wondering that, first of all, we are humbled that we want to do Rath Yatra, which we have no experience. We have seen Rath Yatras happening. We don't know how to do that. Now we want to do it. We are encouraged to do it. Some Vaishnavas inspired you to do it. Your fellow Vaishnavas have inspired you. But you don't know what to do. And the amount of sacrifice that starts from there. I know devotees who have fallen on the feet of others. They literally fell on the feet. I don't want to name them. Because they didn't know what else to do. Because they wanted the Rath Yatra to happen. They have gone to any extent. And I am so humbled that I am surrounded by such wonderful Vaishnavas here who have done that. Who have gone to any extent. Speaking with why would you do that? For whom are you doing that? Right? And most of us here are definitely blessed a little more than needed to experience. We are all in good positions. And that makes it even more difficult to do that. Because anywhere else you are able to buy whatever you want to buy. Right? Your phone has fallen down, it has a crack. It doesn't crack your heart. Because you can afford one more. Somehow you can put the money together. But living that kind of lifestyle and being in such positions, some of you are senior directors, some of you are CEOs, some of you are country heads, I know you. And some of you might be managers, or some of you might be programmers also. But whatever position, you are definitely leading a life on your terms how you want to live. Right? And in that situation, you want to do a Rath Yatra and the kind of sacrifice you are putting forward, that Prabhuji, please, Mataji, please try to understand. We want to do this. We'll make sure it will happen. We'll make sure there is safety. I know one devotee was questioned about safety of Rath Yatra. Are you responsible if there will be a stampede? Are you responsible if there is some miscreant event that will happen? And the devotee told, I am responsible. I am taking the responsibility. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. Sri Giraj, she couldn't come here. Yeah, but Pallavi Mataji, yeah, Pallavi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Supported by Yamuna Mataji, Teja Mataji, yes, she is here. Sri Giraj Prabhu is not even in US, sir, in India, he is there in US. But Mataji alone is preaching along with Pallavi Mataji. She is not here, Lavani Mataji today. They are preaching in a small temple in Manikonda. I just wonder how could they even think of doing a Rath Yatra. And they did 2 Rath Yatras so far. 2 Rath Yatras. And not small Rath Yatras. Not small Rath Yatras. It takes quite a effort and quite a bold nature to go ahead and say that I am responsible for whatever happens. And you know the way, Yamaraj has kept all those current wires in Hyderabad, right? Ready to be delivered anytime. Just imagine you pulling the rath through those wires. And our raths are all made with iron. Full iron. One touch there. Nitai, go. There is no. And last year, unfortunately, such incident happened in one country. Where Krishna died on that rath. It was a very difficult thing to hear, but a small rath in some country happened. And we all hear about it. And when we want to do Rath Yatra, everybody will tell, yes, Prabhu, do it. But if one bad incident happens, right, the amount of negativity that follows behind it, the amount of, now you can see, right, the plane accident that happened. So much investigation is being done, and so many routes it is going. Poor pilots also died. Their families are also crying. But see the way, media is now covering it. Almost they're blaming the pilot there. Maybe he is to be blamed, doesn't matter. But this is material world for you. Okay? You want to do good seva, the outcome can go a little here and there, and then everything can go against you. And people will question, you should have asked me before doing it. But after it, you will tell, oh, because of me only she did it or he did it. This is the nature. So much sacrifice. So much sacrifice. Words are less to explain the amount of sacrifice that have been put by all wonderful devotees here. I'm going to call out some names in 4-5 categories. There are gifts. Can someone pass on one gift from you? I need 2 volunteers, 2 young volunteers to pass on the gifts. You can come here. Just 2 of them are here. So this is a gift from Jagannath. It's coming from Jagannath, right? From directly, right? And there is something coming from Jagannath Puri inside this. So I want to show what is inside.
This side.
So this side.
You want me to hold it?
No, that's fine. There is Jagannath inside. There is and there is a sacred nice gift card. Yeah, you can hold this. Yeah, and there is a nice deity of Jagannath. Jagannath is Sudramaniya ki. You all have done this Rath Yatra, Prabhu, and it doesn't stop there. God doesn't want to just leave you there. He's going to get into you. Jagannath Prasad.
Incomplete without Prasad.
And he doesn't leave it there. Because this Prasad will eat it immediately. He knows that. He wants to remain with you till next Rath Yatra day also. So every Ekadashi, you can break your Ekadashi with the rice of Jagannath coming from Jagannath Puri. This is a beautiful gift.
Yes.
And please forgive if some of you may not receive it. Please. Because it's very difficult to miss out a devotee, but in advance I'm asking forgiveness. Because when we started making list of this, right, Praveen Prabhu started and then Subara Prabhu sent one list and then I was looking into that. So I told the temple, from Madan Mohan temple, they first gave 2 gifts. I was there because I went there, they looked at my face, they said, okay, I isko de dete. So I got 1 gift. Then I said, Prabhu, I need 1 more gift. Because I was feeling guilty, how should I ask them? Because maybe they would have planned, but whatever. I have 1 more for Balagan Prabhu, where he is my Shiksha Guru, very dear. He takes care of so many things. And then I was thinking, there is one Partha Prana Prabhu, who is my Shiksha Guru's father-in-law. And he and his wife forcefully brought me to Krishna consciousness. Because I was running away. They came and sat in my house in America, literally preached to me saying, Prabhu, 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 this is what it is. And they do school Rath Yatra every year, almost every year for the last 4 or 5 years. So they were also sitting there. So I went, sorry.
No, I'm just standing.
Sorry.
Please come.
Can I get 1 more box? Then they looked at me. Greedy, Gachibowli ke log ek se basne hota hai. So they gave me 1 more box. Then devotees also became very merciful. Then I told him, Prabhuji, I'm going, but I request you for some more boxes. Because it's not me who has done Rath Yatra, it's every single devotee sacrifices. And this Jagannath Prasad won't go inside my throat unless everybody else gets part of it. He said, kitne box चाहिए? Then I calculated, Prabhu, 40 Rath Yatras. If I ask 40 boxes, it's too much. They also might not have the stock of this. And I said, maybe Prabhu, around 22 devotees did 40 Rath Yatras. Some did 2 Rath Yatras, some did 3 Rath Yatras. Literally it was like crazy planning. Then it was 22 boxes. I still have the messages with me. So one devotee was coordinating with Rajesh Prabhu was coordinating. So I told him, Prabhu, 22 boxes. With great guilt I asked that, 22 boxes there. Then I was thinking, Prabhuji told me, we have a budget, we'll purchase gifts. But then how can you purchase the mercy from Madan Mohan? That is difficult. I want that gift coming from the temple. I said 22. Then 22 boxes came here. No, 22 boxes got packed. He said, Prabhu, I'm sending, who will pick up? Prabhuji sent a list. Then I was looking at the list. Prabhu, 22 se nahi hoga, so this is 40. Then I told Prabhu, plus 18. Then there was some silence. Then I again typed, Prabhu, 18 only. Then became 40. 40 boxes. And then I realized, okay, so there are devotees who organize the Rath Yatras, who took the permissions, who went through the whole austerity of organizing it. But more amazingly are those devotees who went to all Rath Yatras to serve. Right? Multiple Rath Yatras. I know devotees from 27th evening onwards, Prabhuji, from 27th, some of them morning only. 27 morning से लेके 27 June morning से लेके 5th July night, maybe they have gone back to their houses. 9 days only Rath Yatra. You know, they're going सुबह तैयार हो गए. Some of them school Rath Yatras, then did school Rath Yatras. I'll send some videos, Prabhuji. The sweetest Rath Yatras are the school Rath Yatras, Prabhuji. You know, I'm telling you, you have to see those videos. What happened in that school, how the Rath Yatra happened. It's something that we cannot forget. Satya Prabhu, we cannot forget that. You know, the children, छोटे बच्चे, like 5-year-old boys, pulling, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. Like, he doesn't even know what we are telling it. And he's fortunate at that age he's seeing Jagannath. And some children got ecstatic, they climbed the Rath. Right? And somebody is pulling the Rath even after the Rath Yatra is over. That Jagannath manifesting in those children's hearts. 7,000 children this year pulled the Rath. I am sure, and I will call this down. So definitely on my last breath I see Yamaraj or his representatives, and I am going to tell this number. ये number तो थोड़ा consider करो. I know this number is right. 7,000 children. More than 1,000 teachers pulled the Rath Yatra. 1,000 teachers. And I tell you one other experience. Not only school Rath Yatras, even community Rath Yatras. I'll tell a little bit more about the school aspect here. When I went, कैसे बात करूं? How should I talk to him? Because we never did anything like school Rath Yatra. What should I talk to impress him? How should I behave that he will allow me to the school next year also? Going on. Then they kept Jagannath a lot more than we thought. Right? And all the children wearing tilaks, removed the boots, standing in the assembly. Some schools had ground, some schools did not have ground. Some schools had a little big auditorium inside the school. Some schools got so extended inside, but they got extending and pulled the Rath outside also. Right? So it was a mix of it. And I was wondering, how do I manage this? How do we manage this chairman, this principal, this teachers, the students? It's not easy to think what 700 children can do, right? When the Rath starts, right? You don't know. And if any bad incident happens, it's going on in the mind. You know? I mean, looking up, koi wire hai kya? Something is there. And Prabhuji and Mataji, I'll tell you one feeling. I'm sure everybody who attended or performed this Rath Yatra will sing with me when I say this. There was a point, Rath is being pulled. Teachers are dancing, children are pulling it, people are shouting, Rath is going. And at a point, I felt that nothing is in my control right now. Did anybody feel like that? Huh? Even in communities. I mean, I am like part of this Rath Yatra, right? Just, okay, tell me what should I do? It's like that. Rath is going. And in one place, Sunflower, I tell you, Sunflower School. Mataji is here, oh, you are here, yeah. Sunflower Vedic School is different, this is another one. They took the Rath outside the school. I didn't know that. It's only 4 devotees went to serve. I thought it's inside the school. Mataji sent a video which is inside the school. But the Rath went outside the school. And we are only 4 people. And it's such a thin lane. It's called Diamond Point in Hyderabad. It's a very, very crowded place. And I tell you what other thing. Now this is unbelievable. There was some Islamic conference happening on the other side of the school. 4 days. Right? At least 10,000 Muslims. Caps and extraordinarily dressed. Right? Serious participants. Pinnacle day, 4th day. They're all going towards the hall. And the Rath is coming from opposite direction and Jagannath is looking at them like this. And all the children who are pulling the Rath are oblivious of what's happening and they are shouting, Jai Jagannath! Jai Jagannath! Jai Baladev! Jai Subhadra! And all this. They are also children of God, these Muslims, They just don't know in this form. They are looking at this and they are looking at the children, they are looking at Jagannath, they are confused. And we are looking at each other's faces. What is happening here? Who are these people? It's like, it almost felt like Arab country. We are doing Rath Yatra inside Arab country because it was like 10,000 white dressed, big bearded, capped people, coming from there and you are going through the Rath between them. And children are shouting and the principal is, and at one point I saw the very chairman whom I was thinking to manage is dancing in ecstasy. Teachers are dancing. Hare Krishna, Jagannath. It cannot happen. This is not something that we are planning here. Every single Rath Yatra was so different, so unbelievable. Every Rath Yatra has its own story. Shilpa Mataji there. One family in one community has done a Rath Yatra. Pulling the whole community together. Whole gated community pulling them together and she declared, I am doing the Rath Yatra. This is the second big Rath Yatra she did. Not with one Rath, with two Raths. One big Rath for adults and one small Rath for children. I was seeing that video. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, how is it possible? People thought, doing Rath. I think with all our experience and Jagannath's mercy, we know how to do it. Rather how we know. So there is Rath Yatra organizers, 22 of them. Can you give me that? So I have a big list here, as you can see. So I stopped there. So I told 40 boxes. Then I remember this Rath Yatra cannot be possible. What is the most important thing needed for a Rath Yatra? Rath. Right? Without Rath, how will you do the Rath Yatra? And how will the Rath come there? Now we only have 5 Raths. And 3 small Raths. 5 Raths. 31 Rath Yatras in 2.5 days. How the Rath has to go from one place to another place? Literally, what software people are famous for is squeezing each other in offices. The same quality was applied in double using and overhauling the Raths also. Literally, there was Rath stopping in this Rath Yatra. Jagannath is getting down and the Rath is going to the next Rath Yatra. And there was a huge team spearheaded by Dasraj Prabhu. And I got the list of devotees. 16 families did not sleep for 9 days. There was no sleep. Because they have to hand over the Rath one night before. For example, somebody like Pawan Prabhu who was ecstatic and leaves the Rath at 12 o'clock in the night. He tells his Rath Yatra is 3 hours, but he does for 6 hours. In between you have to remind them, Prabhu, the Rath has to go next. So he has to leave the Rath and somebody has to take the Rath that night. Right? And it has to go to the next destination before the sunrise. Because they will start decorating the Rath next day morning. And the whole Rangoli, that whole sequence, the whole community is waiting for Rath. Just imagine even if one Rath would have failed, nothing less than 2,000 to 3,000 people would not have been getting the mercy of Jagannath. Right? And the khajas, the plates of prasadam, the rangolis that are done, whole planning is done, Rath has to come. See, in many temples the Rath is already there. Anxiety is not with Rath. For here, 2 people were in a lot of anxiety. One is Rath and second Jagannath. We put Jagannath also in anxiety because he has to go from one place to another place. We only have 4 big deities, Prabhuji. Only 4. We have to keep small deities, they cannot be seen in the Rath. Only 4 sets. 4 sets of deities did 31 Rath Yatras. Can you believe it?
Get down from the Rath, we would go in the car and then again we would go and climb the Rath again.
I don't know how much is bona fide or not here.
Everything is fair in love and war.
My God, it's the craziest time we saw. craziest time, and it's just not handing over of Rath, huh? It's not just handing over of Rath. In one Rath Yatra, the Kalash has to be removed because when the Rath is going, it is going on the road. Some transport person, Prabhuji arranged, he has to take the Rath. And on the way, that transport person, I don't know what turning into, he touched another car. That fellow called, you will take care of your bash my car, Rath has bashed your car, I am on the other side. You are fortunate that Rath has bashed your car. But I can't say that. I can't say that. He can't say that. So we said, we'll pay, don't worry. Let the Rath go, we will take care of it. 2 incidents happened. Right? And both the incidents, like Prabhuji was saying, quality of a sadhu is to be. What was the 2 words? Everybody get the word? Sadhu. Arya is civilized. Sadhu का क्या था?
Pure and
Saintly. So in a very saintly way, Prabhuji handled, and both of them are fully paid for their expenses. For all the repair, whatever happened, one is a bike, another one is a car, right? New car. Just imagine, Jagannath touches his new car, he doesn't even know. Right? Anyway. Prabhuji went for the bike and he was a Muslim. The bike person was a Muslim and Prabhuji, Rajiv Prabhu called, Prabhuji, our bike and it is a Muslim's bike. He said, Jagannath, tumhare leela hai yaar. Already we are in tension. Riding. And I'm telling you, the way it happens now, we might say on a bodily platform somebody is a Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu. They also accepted it like, okay, do it, move forward. One Muslim only, Ibrahim. That fellow, he calls me and says, Jai Jagannath Prabhu, kya something chal raha hai? Yeah. So far he made 12 Raths. 12 and 60 Rath Yatra happened in Hyderabad. It's all being manifested. So, the team which did the transportation, we have all the names here. Right? And so we talked about the organizers, we talked about the coordinators and helpers. Prabhuji, I know devotees who have finished the Rath Yatra, legs are aching, hands are aching, neck is aching, back is aching, and they just took a bath with hot water and went to the next Rath Yatra. And then the next Rath Yatra, and then the next Rath Yatra, and then the next Rath Yatra. Some devotees even did 4, attended, not just attended, served in 4 Rath Yatra in a single day. It was such a small team it looks like, but it was just inspiring each other. Okay, we can do. That's why when I started today, I just looked at everybody and said, are you all okay? Everybody is existing after all this. Right? And then, so Rath is needed, and there's multiple Seva coordinators are needed. So organizers were also coordinators in other ones. Some coordinators became organizers in other ones. So it's a mix. And third is the Rath movement. And fourth, the devotees who are handling the deities. Right? Their own deities, like Raju Prabhu. Their deities are Raju Prabhu and Shirshamat. Yeah, so these deities on the altar are from their house. These deities were installed just 1 month before the Rath Yatras. And I don't know which record you broke, but 1 month they are installed and they are doing 6 Rath Yatras. One after the other. It's like as if they came to help us in Rath Yatras. And this was not planned. When we were planning for number of Rath Yatras, we didn't think about the number of deities. The deities themselves appeared, and because of them we could do all the Rath Yatras. Otherwise there were no deities. So if you want to connect the dots, you can see that who is actually doing it. We are not doing it. And the last but not the least, 3 devotees, I don't know if 2 of them are present here, who cooked for more than 60,000 plates of prasad. How it was happening? Mystic, right? We can't even think of this. Can you plan anything like this? कोई plan कर सकता है? नहीं कर सकता. So Sunil Prabhu was one day, was coordinating with a bunch of Matajis and Prabhujis for cooking for all the Rath Yatras from that devotee from that location. So one location is catering to 4 locations. Right? Cutting of vegetables and cooking, and we distributed how many kajas, Prabhu? 20,000 kajas? 30,000 Jagannath kajas were distributed. And more than 60,000 3,000 plates of prasadam. They went through and they were done by Nilesh Prabhu. I don't know Nilesh Prabhu or Surbi Mataji is here. No, they are not. They are in another satsang. Yeah. And Karthik Prabhu, is Karthik Prabhu here? He also cooked today's prasadam. Karthik Prabhu, and from Nitai kitchen also. Satyavrat Prabhu from ISKCON temple. He started his own kitchen. Amount of anxiety that it takes, to bring the prasad to each location, one after the other. Hot khichdi. It has to be hot, right? It has to be fresh. It has to be done, and it has to be served. And the number of plates, glasses, spoons, and it going along with. Some people are serving along with the Rath. Some people are serving after the Rath. Some people could manage a pandal program. And this time, one of the unique things that really worked nice is telling the katha along with the Rath. Right? So the Rath would go inside the community, would stop at a place, and when everybody is holding, like 400-500 people are holding the rope, we tell the katha. 10 minutes Leela of Jagannath. And everybody says, Jai Jagannath, and then the Rath goes to one more location. That was possible in some places. And 2 locations where we did 3 Raths. Right? 3 Raths was My Home Avatar and Aparna communities. 3 Raths. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. And just looking at that video, how many have seen that video of Avatar? You see? Gachibowli group mein bheja na. Yeah, so please see that. It's so beautiful. 3 Raths coming in, everybody is pulling in. Majestic view, like the way 3 Raths are coming one after the other and everybody is shouting and jumping and it happened in Aparna communities. 4 communities did Rath Yatra at the same time. All communities came. Now communities don't work with each other, let me tell you. It's very difficult to make them sync up, but Prabhuji worked with all 4 communities and collaborated with all of them and could manage a joint Rath Yatra of 4 communities where everybody came together. More than 6,000-7,000 devotees from all those flats came and did the Rath Yatra. It was a very big success. To each one of you, you will give 2 hours discourse on what all happened in the Rath Yatra. Last time we did it. That is still due. It's still due. We will do something about it. But I request each one of you to record something with your own congregation and share that video so we all get to know. Because every Rath Yatra has its own stories, unbelievable stories, and every time new challenges.
Write a book on it.
Our goal, you all know the goal, right? By 2029, we want to do 108 Rath Yatras in Gachibowli itself. So we announced this work and we did 3 Rath Yatras. 2022, we did 3, 2021, right after the COVID. We did 3 Rath Yatras and then some crazy thing came and said, why can't we do 108 Rath Yatras? 3 kaam pe 108 and 7 became 11 became 22 and this time we did 40. Right? And we have so many more school opportunities are like unbelievable. So many schools are already eager to do this thing and everybody liked it so much. So we are going to build a different size of Rath for schools. That is the next. So we have some design discussion we both have to do. We both go and start a new version. Raths have numbers, the right? Version 2021A, 2022B, 2022C model number. Now 2025 version also came, 2026 also will come.
Latest edition.
Latest edition. So, because in the interest of time, it's difficult for you to come till here and take the gift. So, I will request Prabhuji and Mataji to touch one gift in their service. When we receive it from senior Vaishnavas, if you can pass on a little prayer, Prabhu, and this goes into their hands for all the sacrifices you have done. Unbelievable sacrifices, purely for Jagannath, and the amount of pleasure you have given to Srila Prabhupada. How do I know that Srila Prabhupada was pleased? Because many senior devotees, His Grace Radhesham Prabhu is very pleased. He is very pleased. His Holiness Jabadaka Maharaj is very pleased. Wherever the news went, they all are saying only one thing. They are looking at their own team members there. वो कर रहे हैं, हम क्यों नहीं कर सकते? करो, और भी करो, और ज़्यादा करो. Let the Rath Yatra happen in every street. Let the Rath Yatra happen in every school. Let the Rath Yatra happen in every town and village. Right? And the prediction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming true. Because the Rath Yatra is dancing in every street. So it is coming. It is happening. It's his idea. Nityananda Prabhu's prediction that it is going to happen in every. I was thinking, how is it going to happen? Rath Yatra will make it happen. If Rath goes from every street, everybody has to dance. Everybody will come out and dance. And this month. Right? And if they were supposed to come previous month, then while hearing the seminar, I was thinking, they should have come previous month because the mood in which we did the service. Please, forgive if any offenses are done because those 5 qualities are definitely not there in me, right? And some offenses might have been done where we would have demanded service or asked for service or pushed each other or whatever it might have happened. Please forgive. Vancha kalpatarupesya kripa sindhubhyo patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. So this seminar should have happened. Jagannath actually tried previous month, but somehow it came to the next month after we did the service. Many more services to come. But yes, bro, you.
Hare Krishna. So I don't agree with you. And I'll tell you as pastime why. When Sripad Ramanukacharya was at Jagannath Puri, he saw the standards of worship of Lord Jagannath and he felt that they were totally not in alignment with what is the set norms of Archana Vidhi. And he called the Mahapatra and everybody would say, "Kya kar rahe hain? What are you doing? This is the way to serve Jagannath." All these Shabadas and his Vaikyas and all, they were all doing all sorts of things, which is not according to what he was, the modified language of scripture. ऐसा नहीं कर रहे हैं. It's a big Acharya. He's not a small, some different devotee. But Acharya, so then from that day onwards, they decided, yes, they will now, Prabhuji, whatever you say, they want you started changing everything. Right? That particular night when Ramanacharya slept in his quarters, in his room, in his ashram, Jagannath took him and threw him out of Jagannath. Literally threw him out, and he landed flying in the sky and landed in South India in a place called Kurma Kshetra. Right? My devotees, whatever they are doing, I am willing to accept. Whatever your devotees have done, has done perfectly. They don't need these seminars for them. We are really like Ramanacharya, seeing all the sort of kaisa karna, aisa karne ka. The Lord has kindly accepted your bhav, your prema, and your wonderful service attitude. Jagannath Swami ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, as I said, few gifts might have gone, your gifts will be coming your way. Or best part is, whoever did not get the gifts, you can share some of your gift with them right after getting the gift. Right? You get some prasad. Hare Krishna. So, the way we're going to do it now, I'll say the couple's name. I request them to stand up. Everybody has to look at them and take inspiration. Right? And say loud Haribol. Can we do that? And the prasad will go to them. The box will go to them. Yeah? Don't miss. Huh? Yeah. One for family. Very good. And remember that these devotees have not only done their Rath Yatra, but they have actually supported many Rath Yatra. And remember, one devotee is, they are not here, they have gone to Ahobilam, and they are not here, Mahesh Prabhu and group. They finished the Rath Yatra in the morning and we needed their service in the evening. They were not informed before. I called them and they just ran and came and did the service. So it was completely, multi-service going on. So let us start. So you know the pattern, right? You all have to look at them and these devotees will pass the gift till them. So there will be devotees going in and there. But I request everyone to get up. So Jagannath will definitely look at you and we want all devotees to look at you and say loud Haribol. Satya Prabhu and Shirsha Mataji. Gautami Enclave, supported by Brahma Mataji and Raghunandan Prabhu also. Praveen Prabhu and Suma Mataji. Come on. Take two Rath Yatras. Hare Krishna. Supported by Keval Prem Prabhu and Govardhan Prem Mataji. And Dasraj Prabhu and Manasa Mataji. There are there. Yes, Mataji is there. There is equal to 4 Rath Yatras. And Dasraj Prabhu's sister and his, brother-in-law, both of them, they did another big Rath Yatra. Arvind Prabhu and Padma Mataji. Very good. Come on, loud, very good. Raja Ramesh Prabhu and Tulsi Mataji. Very good, very Tulsi Mataji. Shirinka? Very good. Udayananda Prabhu and Sucharita Mataji. Please get up, everybody look at them. Everybody. Thank you. Pawan Prabhu and Sanya Mataji. Two big, massive, mass Rath Yatras. On the streets, Prabhuji did Sankirtan for 10 days to gather crowd, and more than 4,000 people attended the Rath Yatra. On each one of the Rath Yatra. 6,000 families, they came and attended the Rath Yatra. Not easy. Yes, very good. And Prasad Prabhu and Mataji Mataji. Very good, very good. Prabhuji, I tell you something very special. Yes, yes. So, you can sit down. So, in his spirit, he wanted to have construction happening in that place. So, he dropped that idea. And wondering, those children who are chanting, coming from slums, right? Why are they missing the Rath Yatra? And you know what? He did a Rath Yatra in a school, not knowing that all those children are there in the school. They are now so they are not here. But you can give it to Pallavi Mataji. Pallavi Mataji, can you please stand up? They all look at you. Also integrally doing the Rath Yatra. Hari Bol! Yeah. And then we have Kiran Prabhu and Pallavi Mataji. There is one more box. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Yes, Hare Krishna. Now this couple is very special. They are not here because they are not supposed to be here, because they are supposed to be in Bangalore. They used to be part of our satsang. They got relocated to Bangalore. They used to do a Rath Yatra in their community. They are not living in that community anymore. But the community people called that, how can you leave the community by not doing the Rath Yatra? They came from Bangalore to Hyderabad just to do the Rath Yatra, did the Rath Yatra and went back to Bangalore. Loresh Prabhu and Priya Mataji. If they are not here, Prabhu, if you are seeing this recording, unbelievable. Can you believe it? Community is not leaving the devotee because they have relocated from there. But they want the Rath Yatra to happen. Wonderful Rath Yatra happened there. And Srinivas Prabhu and Rupa Mataji. Hari Bol! Lansam Italy. Is Mataji and Prabhuji here? They have given to Subara Prabhu. We will pass it on. Lansam Italy. Mataji has great this community. Hare Krishna. Madhusudan Prabhu and Padma Priya Mataji. Madhusudan Prabhu, Hari Bol. Aditya Athena. Somebody here? Yeah, he can give it to Pallavi Mataji. Now this, we didn't know how the community response will be because teaching kind of temporarily stopped there. Satsang kind of temporarily stopped there. But Prabhuji and Mataji and few of you, they did such kind of publicity. I heard it was the most vibrant Rath Yatra on earth. People came from the apartments, they pulled the Rath. It was one of the best Rath Yatras. Hari Bol. Please convey our thanks to Madhusudan Prabhu. And Raghunandan Prabhu. Hari Bol. Gautami Enclave. We started the satsang just 3 months back. Satya Prabhu is doing the satsang there along with Prabhuji. In 3 months we said, can you do the Rath Yatra? They were skeptical. Prabhu, abhi to Jagannath bhi nahi malum hai unko. And they pulled off. And you know the best part of the Rath Yatra? Prabhuji can go on and talk for hours about it. They already booked the next year slot saying we want to do it again. Gautami Enclave. Huh?
Today management committee said Radha can be every year.
Every year Rath Yatra. And another beauty of this community is it's not one community, it's like 80 plus buildings of different apartments in one enclave called Gautami Enclave. And this Rath Yatra brought all the residents together at one place. So, they are so happy. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Shilpa Mataji and Ajay Prabhu. We are finishing it first. Yeah. Shilpa Mataji and Ajay Prabhu. Yes, Hare Krishna. Lord Hari Bol. Praveen Rathore Prabhu and Puja Mataji. Quickly. Yeah. Now, yeah. Akim Chand Priya Prabhu and Shobha Priya Mataji. Akim Chand Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Please, Hari Bol. And then, Hare Krishna. What is it? Satyadev Prabhu and Sri Mataji. Hare Krishna, we have a little request here. You know, Prabhuji and Mataji have to leave because they are literally serving from morning 7 o'clock onwards. So we'll continue our gifts, but let us reciprocate in a nice Vaishnava way, loud, enthusiastic way. 3 loud Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Dwarkadish Prabhu, next year also please give your mercy. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Okay, now the devotees who supported Rath Yatra. We have their names. Loud Hari Bol. Sri Gopal Prabhu and Puna Mataji. Please get up. Hari Bol. Puna Mataji is here. Every Rath Yatra they were playing very big role. Right? Loud Hari Bol. Yes. Prabhu, it is our event now. It has always been, but you know, now we want to do it in a very enthusiastic way. If we reciprocate in a very loving way for the devotees who have done so much sacrifice, Jagannath will be pleased. Because Prabhuji, what did he say? Vaishnava Seva and Harinam, both of them. This is also Seva to reciprocate. So let us enthusiastically reciprocate. Murlidhar Govind Prabhu and Haripriya Mataji. Here is Murlidhar Govind Prabhu. Murlidhar Govind Prabhu makes all pani puris, this puri, that puri, everything for us in a very Vaishnava way, keeps it outside, so every week, at least that will pull us to the satsang. Hari Bol. Yeah. And then we have Anil Prabhu and Shalu Mataji. Please. Mataji herself went to so many schools and so many international schools. You know, they rejected the idea of Yatra, but she did not give up. She did not give up. She continued and continued. At one point we had 0 schools who had signed up. And at next point we had to say we cannot do to the schools because the way enthusiastic way devotees went and requested schools, so many schools came forward. Hari Bol, thank you Mataji, Hare Krishna. Venkatrao Prabhu and Mrudula Mataji. Hari Bol. Prabhuji is like there in all the theatres, mystically, expanding himself. Deepa Mataji, Hari Bol. Multiple theatres, one after the other. Harshal Prabhu and Sakshi Mataji. Our young couple who is there ever young in every all the theatres. Hari Bol. Santosh Aditya Prabhu and Pushka and Padma Mataji, his mother also. Thank you Mataji. Lakshmikant Prabhu and Sunita Mataji. Prabhuji, Prabhuji covered more than 30 Rath Yatras, different videos. And we are receiving them one after the other. Raghunandan Prabhu and Subhadra Rani Mataji. Are they here? Hari Bol. Who can take it for them? Somebody who can take it and give it to them? Oh, you can take it and give it to them. Give it to the Prabhu. Yeah. And from aliens, Lakshmi Mataji. Hari Bol. She is also not here. We can give it to Deepa Mataji. She'll give it. Hare Krishna. And then we have Surendra Prabhu and Saraswati Mataji. No, I didn't name it correct. It's not Surendra. What is it? Surrender. Surrender Prabhu and Saraswati Mataji. Haribol! Sanjay Prabhu and his Mataji. Where is Sanjay Prabhu? He's not here today. Yeah, can somebody take the gift for him? Yeah, Sunil Prabhu can take. Yeah. They came to so many school Rath Yatras. They helped so much in the background. Haribol! Rakesh Prabhu, is he here? Rakesh Prabhu. He made even the school children go crazy. School children were thinking, are we crazy or is he crazy? That is Rakesh Prabhu. Haribol! At one point he was running and children were running behind him and the whole school was running behind him. In the school, Hare Krishna. Vivek Prabhu and Niti Mataji from Jewel congregation. Maybe Anand Govind Prabhu can take it. Give it to Hare Krishna. Karunada Mataji. Somebody you can take? Yeah. Surabhi Mataji. Yeah. And Kamya Mataji. She's in Ahobilam also. Yeah. You can take. Shrikant, who's the Rath coordinators. Right? Rath coordinator. The one who sent the Raths from one place to another place. Loud enthusiastic Haribol from a lot of sacrifices, patience, incidents, repercussions. Lot of things happened behind it. So let us say loud and enthusiastic Haribols for Shrikant Prabhu and Nirupama Mataji. Then we have Prabhu and Leela Mataji. Srinivas Prabhu, Haribol, Leela Mataji is there. Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Yeah. Rajiv Prabhu and Pritha Mataji. There was a group in which 24-hour messages were going on. 24 hours. Continuous messages were going on. Right? And Vinod Prabhu and Katyani Mataji. Srinivas Prabhu and Leela Mataji. Haribol. They already got it. So we give it to Teja Mataji. Haribol. Hare Krishna. Haribol. Yes. Shashank Prabhu. Where is Shashank Prabhu? Can anybody take on his behalf? Prabhuji. Haribol. Venkatramana Prabhuji. You gave the name. You gave the name. No? That's a Venkat Prabhu only, right? Okay. So this gift goes to Anjali. One second. There was some two gifts there. So Keval Prem Prabhu and Govardhan Prem Mataji. Haribol! Haribol! Thank you, Prabhu, for serving in so many Rath Yeah. Next is Shashank Prabhu. Okay. Prabhu and Rathod Prabhu. Hare Krishna. When Mataji just left. Can somebody take on our behalf? Can anybody take back? You can give it to her. Yes. And yeah. We are almost finishing, Hare Krishna. I don't want it to finish, but it's finishing. So, yeah, Venkatramana Prabhu, then Pravita, yes. Sri Hari Prabhu was doing so much. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Haribol. Narayan Prabhu. Haribol. Hare Krishna. Haribol. Then Anand Prabhuji and Annapurna Mataji. Huh? They did not come, so you can give one to Manasa Mataji. We can pass it on. Okay? Haribol. Yes. So, where are we? Narayan Prabhu, yes. Venkat Praveen Prabhu and Kusuma Mataji. Is anybody here? They better not. Yeah. Prabhuji can give it. Yeah. And then Chakrapani Prabhu and the whole team of book distribution involved. Navya Mataji or anybody from the book distribution team. Okay, we'll give it. Yeah, you can give it to Sri Hari Prabhu. Then Shyam Prabhu Ketaki Mataji. They are not here, but their deities were everywhere. So they are being given this for Shamada Prabhu, please. Then Gyan Mataji and Prabhuji. Yeah. You can give it to Mataji. Either one of them. Otherwise, no Mataji. Yeah. Okay. Please give it to Gyan Mataji for giving their deities everywhere. And Kartik Prabhu, Haribol! But Anand Govind Prabhu can take. Where is Anand Govind Prabhu? Yes. And one more for Anand Govind Prabhu and Mataji. Haribol! There is standing. Come on, everybody, Haribol! Yeah. Who has somebody is taken to the okay, Yamuna Mataji and Govind Prabhu, Haribol! Please read it. No, my mistake.
No, we didn't go.
Yeah. Abhay Charan Prabhu, Haribol. Not here. We'll pass it on. We'll pass it on. And Bharat Prabhu and Akshara Mataji. Haribol. They came with their daughter. They recently joined our satsang. They literally came to all Rath Yatras every single day. The little daughter, they were coming every single morning. Haribol. Yes. And we have Makaran Prabhu, yes. Mahalingamaya Prabhu and Meera Mataji. One more gift to Anand Govind Prabhu. He'll have to pass it on. Where is he? Meera Mataji is where? Why can't I see them?
Prabhuji, you had to change your specs.
Oh, Haribol! Hare Krishna. Yes. And now we have Anand Govind Prabhu and Sanya Mataji. We already gave. Hare Krishna. And what is going on with me? Shivaji Prabhu and Rani Mataji. Can somebody take on the behalf? Haribol! All served in 6 Rath Yatras slowly. 6 Rath Yatras. They were doing so. So please give to Shivaji Prabhu. Vishnu Prabhu and Dinu Mataji also. No, Govind Prabhu. Meera Mataji, yeah, give to Meera Mataji. She will give it to Vishnu Prabhu. And yeah, Sanjay Prabhu. Sanjay Prabhu, they gave already? Did I give? Yes. I think from here I went. Yes, from here I went. Everybody, Karnataka Mataji, Tamil Mataji, Huh? You already gave the gift.
I didn't get the important.
Jyotsna Mataji and Suri Mataji. Haribol. So there are, I really know who all did not get, but Krishna has already given like one to their relative places. So please take. We will try to get gifts, but more than anything, Prabhuji and Mataji, yeah, please settle down. What a prize distribution ceremony. Maza hai sabhi log ko? Haribol! Prabhuji and Mataji, this was indeed, I'm just ending with the conclusive word, that our enthusiasm is life in Krishna consciousness. Right? And it is very important to stay in between devotees who are enthusiastic. Because nature of the material world is everything keeps going down. And only a devotee can keep pushing it up. So we are very fortunate, like Prabhuji and Mataji told, we are very fortunate that we are surrounded by devotees who are keeping on pushing us up. So what can be a better gift than that? Krishna is going to give us those qualities. Forgive that we could not manage more than the 20 and 45 became 55 became 60, and after that the wonderful satsang when we are all together. So together we are so that is very much the big priority right now. And you know what is coming in the temple, Prabhuji and Mataji? Not one. How many temples are going to come in that land? Not one, not two, not three, four. The first big temple on the left side of the land. Next week, please don't miss the satsang. I'm going to talk about Bhumi Puja. You'll have some brochures going out. Ramacharanjit, oh, sorry, miss getting into the list, sorry. So, very good land. The first big temple on the left side. Bhajans will happen, pravachan cannot because the temple is going to be so vibrant, can be seen from the road. And the deities are Radha, Krishna and Ashtasakis. I have put connect from east to the south. Radha, Krishna and Ashtasakis. That is the plan. There are a lot of circles everybody there. And from that place we start climbing up. From that temple we start climbing up. And on the hill there are two big rocks. The first rock will have Narsinghadev deity. And the next big rock beside it will have a carving kind of getting planned of Hanumanji. On top of it will stand Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman ki. And the whole ramp will go all the way to the top, and the ramp will go behind. And behind there is a 7-story building that is coming at the par of that rock, and on top of that rock is Panchatattva Hall. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit and Srivastava. Can you think about it? And there is one rock in front of all these temples. On that rock is going to come Prabhupada's Samadhi. Jai Prabhupada! This is the stature of temple that is coming there. And all our lives will be enough to finish this temple. It might take 5 years, that is a budgeted time. But be rest assured, it is coming, be part of it. Bhumi Puja is a very, very important activity once in a lifetime. And many devotees who contributed will also be part of that already. There are some schemes that we have launched just to encourage you to stretch out, right? So I will send that scheme out. Whoever have contributed according to that scheme will anyway get an opportunity, and whoever have not yet contributed can start thinking about contributing to be part of it. You are anyway part of it even if you don't contribute. Jagannath doesn't look at the money you are giving. But because we have to raise funds for the temple, we had to come up with the scheme, right? So what will the devotees who are going to contribute there do? They are going to dig the land. We are going to identify more than 180 places where you are going to dig that land according to the Garbhagudi, according to the main pillars, according to the, there are so many important places. Goshala, kitchen, all these places. You will actually go with your family, take the place. And your family name will remain there forever, Prabhu. You are going to leave this body and go back living something for Srila Prabhupada. Such a great opportunity. Please encourage. Please stretch yourself for doing it. And one more important service that you all have to do is please get to know who and who of this city, major celebrities or major industrialists or big CEOs or CFOs or big people who have big say in the city. We don't want their money, we just want their presence. You all can send their name and your contact to them through you or through somebody else. We are going to invite them, make them also do the Bhumi Puja. Make them part of the project and let Krishna decide how they are going to be part of it. Right? So sky is the limit. We are getting all the top hospital owners to come in, all the big construction giants are coming, we are trying to get. Why are we doing this? We are giving them service of Jagannath. Right? And we don't know how they are going to be part of it. So I will send a message in the group, Gachibowli Satsang group. Please be active in seeing those messages. Back. We are trying to connect everyone to Krishna. And that is the most pleasing thing. And Bhagavad Gita ends by Jai Subhadra, Jai Sudarshan, Gachibowli Satsang group ki हिरण्याकाशीपो वक्षः शीलटङ्कानकालाये किशोरसिंहासनासीने